welcome to my channel. Welcome to this video. Okay, hopefully you are ready for the month of May and this message finds you when you're needing it. Let me make sure that this is it. There we go. Of course, any information you may be looking for will be listed in the description box. If you want to book a personal reading with me, I am taking personal sessions. If you would like to see future readings from me as well, and you're not subscribed, make sure that you do so. And let's see what's popping. I miss you guys so much. I tried to come back with like a whole new setup and everything. Hopefully you guys like it. But hit the like button for me and let's see what's going on. We're gonna start with the oracles. We're gonna look at them first and we're gonna go into this 8-card spread that I have laid out here, okay? What's going on with my Aquarius gang for the month of May 2024? Okay, so let's start with this message. It says, focus on the present as it's here that change occurs. Oof. So the message for the month of May is to take every day, day by day. The worst thing you could do is bombard yourself with all these different thoughts of how you're going to do things 3 weeks from now. Not even knowing what's going to be happening 3 weeks from now. Like, what if 3 weeks from now something is going on? There's, who knows? Different things that are, what if aliens invade us 3 weeks from now? So try not to be so far out into the future where you do yourself a disservice by not allowing yourself to be present, because literally the present moment is how you can rewire your future or change the future and even change the past or create meaning from the past where we've experienced pain or we've experienced certain things that we maybe don't feel like we have came to a point of making sense of quite yet. We also have energy. So this is talking about your energy levels, making sure that you're managing your energy. What are you giving energy? What is taking your energy? Are you, subscribed to? Are you on social media having certain things that are affecting your energy? Is it things that you could be doing to pull yourself up energy wise, like changing up your eating habits or going outside, okay? Especially if you work from home, you're gonna need to be tending to your energy and being mindful of what you allow in. We also have relationships. So all relationships in all forms during this month is going to be a topic. So friendships, family relationships, romantic relationships, I could talk, co-worker relationships, all types of relationships are going to be a focal point. And you could be having to examine what relationships do you have a little bit too close to you that maybe you just need to move a category over or two. Maybe, that person isn't dating material, they're friendship material. Maybe that person's not friendship material, they're acquaintance material, that type of thing. But anywho, going deeper into the reading, so the first card is going to represent just the overall theme for this month. So I do have the Page of Swords. So ideas coming left and right. You could be inspired. There's something that you could either be watching, hearing, a conversation you have that could change the trajectory in how you're either doing some sort of business or how you're approaching a relationship here. There could be some information, some research that you're stumbling across that could be helping you in some degree. I also see that there's going to be some sort of conversation this month with another air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or you could be finally speaking your mind after being very cautious about doing this. Maybe being concerned with how the other person's going to receive it. Okay, especially if this is like a family member or love interest. Now, going into career, let's talk about that. We have oppression. So if you're at a job where the environment seems oppressive, where the people there, maybe they're negative, or the higher ups, they're very strategic in terms of who they give promotions or who they give certain amount of hours to. A lot of you are going to be tired of this and you're going to be ready to branch off, maybe go into a different job, a different career path. And it's important to not feel oppressed. Even though the situation may not be ideal, don't get into this sense of feeling so oppressed by your job situation that you feel like you have to just deal with it or just stay there. just make some sort of strategy or plan to get out of this situation. Take note of what's going on and come up with a strategy, come up with a plan is the message. Same thing in terms of a business. Some of you, you really want your business to excel, but there has been other things in your life, responsibility wise, that may keep you from focusing as much as you'd like to. Okay. Also, it does talk about emotions. Hey Demetrius, how you doing? Yeah, so this talks about also being aware of how your emotions is affecting you in terms of how you show up in your career. So yes, we feel things, but we got to have that emotional regulation to be like, I got to show up. I got to do what's best for me so that I can have my basics in order. And that's going to be something you have to practice this month, okay? Now, when it comes to love, I have power. So interesting. So some of you are looking at a connection as a potential power couple dynamic. You and your person could be talking about like business moves you guys want to make. You could be talking about, yeah, business moves, purchasing a home, going into some sort of like joint agreement to some degree. I'm seeing some of you could be having that talk where you're like, okay, are we ready for marriage? Are we ready to move in together? Are we ready to move to this state? So deep conversations having are going to be had, excuse me, for my people who've been in like a long-term relationship. I do see for like more of a fresh connection some of you are in. It could be this question. Now, this could be on your end or this person's end, but I do see someone questioning like, okay, I don't want this person to have power over me. So how can I make sure that the power dynamics is not off? Now, it's important that you're not being so anxious while getting to know this person or dealing with them that you're concerned around like power dynamics and whether or not this person's using you or trying to manipulate you without any fact behind that, okay? Because it could be very easy to slip into to believing that, especially if you're giving too much. The advice is to not overly give to a newer situation to where you could potentially feel like you could be used, especially too early. Um, hold on, let me clarify this. Yeah. So, also, when it comes to conversations you could be having with your person, if you do have certain frustrations, you feel like you want them to do certain things in order for there to be a balance. Like you are doing certain things, you're showing up a certain way, you want them to show up a certain way. Make sure you're not approaching it though with this frustration because it doesn't necessarily help to approach a situation from a mindset of, I'm frustrated about this, fix this now, fix this now. I think it's the way you guys go about communicating this month that's going to be very important. Seek understanding, not seek to just express without having a point to resolve towards the end. You know, the worst conversations, or I would not say even conversations, the worst arguments are the ones where both people walk away from the conversation or the argument with still no understanding and things are not resolved. It's just kind of up in the air. So best way to avoid this is to listen, really hear your person so that you can understand, and hopefully they'll listen. I mean, they'll hear, yeah, they'll hear you, they'll listen too. Okay, so the advice here, I have love. So the advice is to, and I want to clarify, why is love here for the advice? Okay, so a couple of messages. So focus on doing things that you love this month. If you've been neglecting your creative endeavors because of being in your head or just caught up in other things that have just been distracting you, it's time for you to get back into slowly integrating those things back into your life. Another thing I'm seeing when it comes to my people who are trying to date or trying to, you know, manifest genuine love in your life, know that you can't do it from a place of being closed off or even holding on to your past in a way where you're either like physically holding on to it, like it's present still, or mentally, emotionally, or even just deciding to be closed off because of your past and then making it be the situation where it's like people have to prove that they love you or that they care about you in order for you to even show up in a way where it's like, okay, now I'm open. Doesn't allow you to have a genuine connection. It only allows people to love you as much as you allow them to love you. So just being aware of how this could be self-sabotage that you're not aware of, and how this could push people away that you really don't want to push away. Now, I do have the Four of Pentacles here as well. So let's talk about saving habits. How are you spending money? How are you spending money, and what is your belief system around money? Do you feel like you have to cling on to your resources or cling on to a job because that's it? No, this is the month where you want to challenge those belief systems, where we're going to go after opportunities that may be, scary, or that may be, what we're into, but we don't know what the outcome is going to be, and just be okay with that. So pushing yourself out of your comfort zone is also the advice. Now, when it comes to the challenge, I have the Ace of Swords. So the challenge may be communication, forming better communication, getting someone to communicate a little bit better as well. This could also be thoughts. You want to be mindful of what thoughts you're participating in agreeing to. We'll have thoughts, but are you agreeing to these thoughts, especially if they're not based in reality? So thoughts of, I'm not lovable, thoughts of, I'll never find genuine love, I'll never make more money. You can think those things and it may come across your mind. Does not mean it's true, does not mean that at all. But it's the fact that if you feed into it, it will start to become true, because then it will be showing up in your actions. So this is going to be a month where you want to control your thoughts and what you're listening to. Now, what to avoid? We got the Three of Wands. So you want to avoid being so far out in your perspective. Kind of like what we talked about with the first card, where it says focus on the present. You don't want to be so caught up in what's coming, to where you're not present right now. Like, the lady's looking at him like, sir, what you looking at? Can we go back inside of the house? Can we chill? So try not to be so in this energy of like, oh, in the future it'll be better. In the future, things are just gonna change. No, right now it can change. But we gotta show up, and we gotta take action that way. What to watch out for? I got the Seven of Swords. So what to watch out for is anyone who's being avoidant on purpose, like evading the truth, not being honest. You also being dishonest with yourself, or evading having certain conversations or doing things that you know you have to do. If you put it off, it's just going to pile up. So this is the month where anything that you have been putting off, whether that's bills, whether that's certain responsibilities, this is the month where you need to get it done. It's time to get it done. Now, last card I have is going to represent the outcome, which I love, which is the Nine of Cups. So this talks about being emotionally grounded and being in a space to where a goal is accomplished. So by the end of this month, you could be accomplishing something that makes you pretty happy, actually. This could be a personal goal like weight loss, a saving goal, you moving to a different part of the world, or you just getting a new place, period. There's a personal goal that you're going to set in the beginning of this month that either you're getting very, very close to accomplishing by the end of this month, or you actually do. And you're going to be very happy with yourself, okay? And beyond that, just you being emotionally content with where you're at. And it could be because you're making certain changes. Yep, Five of Cups. Some of you could be realizing by the end of the month that you were just emotionally fixated on things you couldn't change, and it was stopping you from paying attention to those two cups you had sitting upright right there. Yep, and it was causing you stress. So by the end of this month, you're going to start to realize, I got the present moment to work with. I'm not going to keep torturing myself by being caught up or hung up in, I wish I, started this business sooner, or I wish I would have broke up with this person faster, or I wish I would have dated this person when they did this and they showed me that. Like, focusing on now is the outcome, which is awesome. So I hope that this was helpful and that you took something from this reading. If you did, definitely thumbs up the video, subscribe, and I will see all of my beautiful Aquarius in the next one. Bye, y'all.